Hello everybody, in this video we are going to create our main menu and we will learn about canvas and how canvas works and how we can create a nice main menu in Unity. So before that I will show you one thing that I just have make a change in jump off function, and I, instead of making it 0, I just change it to dot up into swing force, and we have swing force here, and you can add your own desired force for jump as well. Okay, so I'm multiplying with this swing force. So what happens now that if we hang with our rope, then if we jump it will jump again. Okay, so before this was not working and our velocity was becoming 0. Okay, and instead of that we have changed the jump force now, and you can see that after he can jump and he can move to another location. So that's nice. So now we will create our main menu, and before that I will just go to prefabs and I will, yeah, actually I did created the chain prefab, so we can delete it from environment, and now we can go to our scenes and we have main menu scene. So we will go to main menu, and here you can see that we have a blank screen here. So first of all we have to create our screen size. So for the mobiles, if we go to game, you can see that the free aspect is selected. So we will click here, and here we will select 1280 to 720 landscape, because we need our game to be landscaped. Okay, and this is a good size for all devices. So now the first thing, we for UI we will create a canvas. Right click here, UI, and here we have a canvas. Now we have created a canvas, and canvas has some options here. So you can see we have tag, layer, and here layer is UI. Okay, this is important if we use screen space camera, so then its layer should be UI. So here you can see that render mode is overlay. What it means, that our UI is overlaying, and it's on the top of all the objects included in the scene. Okay, so it will overlay a UI in a game view. So now the second option is screen space camera. So if we select it, you can see render camera is here option, and we can drag drop our main camera here. So what will happen, our canvas is implemented as per our camera. So in the camera view we will see our canvas. So the third option is here word space, and in word space this is used for 3D games. If we want to place some UI items in the scene, okay, then we can use this. So now we can select the screen space overlay as well, and other options are there. So for our canvas we will just click here and we will create screen space camera. So it is a better option. Okay, so for camera we can see that we have plane distance, sorting layer, etc. And the important thing is canvas scaler. So here you can see we have a UI scale mode, which is constant pixel size. We have to change it to scale with screen size if we want to make it compatible with all devices. So we will change its X to 1280, which is our screen size, and Y to 720, which is again our screen size to vertical. So now you can also see that we have one more option here for matching the width and height. What it means, if we are here, it's match the width from X axis, yeah, horizontal axis, and here if we make it 1, it will match the height. Okay, so now if we place it at 0.5, it is the best way to match the width and height in equal proportions. Now we have one more option, which is here pixel perfect. So if we use pixel perfect, our result will be quite good and our pixels will be quite sharp. Okay, So you can apply this or you can leave it as well. For our 2D game it is good because 2D game is not too heavy, so it is a better option. So now we will just create our main menu. So for creating the main menu we need some assets. So I already have bring some assets here in UI icons. You can see achievement, Facebook, etc. because we will also apply the leaderboards and Facebook leaderboard, Google leaderboard, etc. and we will do lot of advanced things in this course as well. So that's why we have bring these icons. You can get your own icons and you can choose your own icons as well. Also we already have game UI buttons, so we can apply these buttons for creating our UI, and you can choose your own design and it's up to you whatever you want to build. And now we will also need some fonts. So if we go to DAW font or 1001 fonts, you can see a lot of fonts here and we can use a nice font for our game as well. So when you will choose a nice font, then we can apply that font on our in our game throughout, so it will be a nice choice. So I think this is a very nice font, a little spark like this, and yeah, actually I like this too much. So let's download this one. Okay, so after downloading we can include this font in our game. And yeah, this spicy pumpkin is also a nice one, so let's add it as well. And now we will just move to our fonts, open folder, and here you can see that we have these fonts, spicy pumpkin. So I will just cut it, and before that I will see what was the second one, kg a little spark. Okay, so kg a little spark, just select it as well. We can cut it and we can paste it anywhere else. I will just go to assets, and here I will just add a folder fonts because we need certain times fonts as well. So I'm pasting it here, and we can extract these zip folders, and then we can just bring these fonts inside Unity. You can see that it has a TTF file, so we can just drag drop this in Unity. But before that I will just create a folder here for organizing purpose, and I will name it fonts, and inside this folder we will just drag drop our desired font here. Okay, and the other font as well, spicy pumpkin. So now we have successfully added our font inside Unity. So now we can use these fonts. Before that we can also create a logo in Photoshop. Okay, so for Photoshop, as you know that we don't have a font for the similar font, and we want to use the similar font for the logo itself. So what we can do, we can add these two fonts in our standard fonts as well. Okay, so for adding it in standard fonts of the computer itself, we can open C drive, program files, and I think no, not program files, Windows. In Windows we should have a fonts folder. So yeah, this is, and now we can just drag drop our desired fonts from the downloaded font. So let's select this one, and we can move it to this fonts folder like this, and we can add this font, as well as we will add another font as well. So I will just bring it here as well, and I'm using both fonts because we will choose one of these fonts, and then we will use the similar font in our game as well. So we have a kg and spicy pumpkin. So we will go to Photoshop, we will just create a new file with the 500 maybe, and we will I will just remove the background, and here Control D, and here I will just create our text, which is turbo turbo shooter. Okay, so shooter like this. So let's select it, and we will choose our font, and that is kg a little. So yeah, this is very nice font. So we can just add a color, turbo shooter, and the other font was spicy pumpkin. So let's try that as well. So spicy pumpkin, yeah, this is good as well, but the older one is better, I think. So let's move to sorry, let's move to older one, and now you can see we have a turbo shooter. So for turbo, we will make turbo a little bit bigger like this, and a little bit more, and we will change the shooter to standard form. Okay, so something standard font like impact, maybe not impact, I think Arial will work good, and yeah, Arial is good. So we will make it bold, and we will also make it smaller, so maybe like 24, maybe like 18. So that's nice. So now this is our logo. Okay, and we have to change the color of the logo. So I will just separate both elements. I will just cut it, and here we will paste it again, and sorry, I don't know what is happening. So yeah, paste it, and now we will change the color. So for turbo, we will add a, which color, actually I will select a wallpaper as well, wallpaper HD for background of our game. Okay, so wallpaper for game menu maybe. So we will have some better wallpaper, I think so. So actually we have lot of wallpapers, but we didn't like these wallpapers too much, so I think we will move to some simpler wallpaper, and here we can get some wallpapers, and okay, simple color wallpaper will be fine, I think. Wallpaper, simple color. Okay, so yeah, so the simpler wallpapers are good, I think so. So we will choose one of the wallpaper, whatever we desired, and then we will use that in our game. So this is good one, this is better one, I think. So this wallpaper we will choose. I think this is good one, so that's nice. Let's wait for some seconds, and actually the pixels of this wallpaper are not good. Okay, so you have to check these things before using some sprites or wallpapers. Yeah, here these are good. Just save your image, and we will make it background. Okay, and now we will bring this inside Unity sprites. So that's nice. So here for this color, we will choose a color for our main text as well. So I think the white color is good, and with white we will add some blending options. So we will add some bevel, we will add some drop shadow maybe, and for drop shadow the black is good, I think so. Reddish, I think maybe that will be good, and also we can add a stroke if we want, and I think stroke is also good, and we will make it red as well. So for the drop shadow, we will make it a little bit bigger in size and distance, maybe like this, and that's good. Definitely you can play with the settings, and I didn't like this shooter one, I will change the font to Calibri maybe. Yeah, that's good. I think it's much better. So shooter is here, and now we can just change the color of the shooter, which will be red maybe. And for red we will add bevel as well, blending, and we will use bevel, and we will keep it simple. Okay, so this is our logo for our game. So we will crop the logo like this, and now we will just bring this logo inside Unity, save as PNG, and I am creating some things in front of you because I want to show you the workflow, so you will learn something from these procedures. I hope so. So let's add this turbo shooter logo here, and now we can create our logo here. So first of all, we in canvas we will create a background image for our canvas. So UI, and we can place an image, and you can see that we have some options for these in this image. Also we can change the name of the image, so I will change it to be background image, and for this image you can see the size. So for this image we will add this source image into source image panel, and now we have this image. Also you can see that we have this image, but it is in small size. We can definitely make it bigger with manually, and also we have this set native size option, so we can click here and it will become as per our needs. So now you can see that this is our image, which will be in our background, and here you can see the anchor point, and this image we want to place it in the middle. So if we click here, you can see we have anchors. Anchors means we can place or anchor it to any point. So we already have middle anchor selected, this one. So this is the option which we want to choose. So we have successfully added the image. We can also change the color of this image if you want, okay, according to your needs. You can do it, or you can leave it white, and that's it. You can also add a transparency if you want, but in this case we don't need any transparency. That's nice. We have successfully created our image. Now we want a logo here, so we will right click here, UI, image, and for this image we will drag for our logo here. Okay, so for this logo definitely we should click set native size, and it will get its own size, and we can place it anywhere in the top middle. So we will click on anchor, we will click on this top middle anchor. Okay, so now this is our logo, but the you can see that the this sub shooter writing is not good. So for this I will just create another panel, okay, like this panel, or you can place image as well. For this panel we can change the transparency to full, and for this panel we will just make it smaller like this, and we will add it behind the image. So if we make it smaller, and if we place it under the shooter, then I think that this will give us a good result. And we have actually the white, but I don't know why it is a little bit dim, so I don't know, so that why it is. So anyhow, we have placed this white background in for shooter, and it looks better, I think. Okay, so now we will create our buttons. So for creating UI buttons, we can just right click here, and we can go to UI, and here we will place a button, okay, like this. For button we have several options. If you see the button in a detail, you can see we should have a text. We can just actually move the button as well. So we have a text for the button, and we have sprite for the button, the background sprite. So we can change the background sprite. We already have UI icons, and here we have game buttons, flat buttons we will use. So first button will be play button. So let's add this blue option for the first button maybe, and we will click on set a native size for the button, and it's too big. Okay, you can see it's too big. Anyhow, we will set a native button, and now we will scale it smaller. Okay, and you can see that when we have created this button, unfortunately the text of this button is compromised. Okay, so for better result we can delete this text for time. Okay, and then we will select button, and I will just change the name of button is play button. Okay, and for the adding text into this button, what we can do, we can create a new text here, UI text, and we will change its name to play text. Okay, and here we will add play like this. Okay, and for this play we will choose the font, and we already have font, and I think we have choose the spicy pumpkin. Yeah, this one maybe. Yeah, this was a good font. I don't know which font we have selected for turbo. KG little actually we have selected. Okay, so here we will also choose KG little. Okay, so that's nice. We will make it white, we will make it bigger in size. So for we will place it in middle as well. We will make it bigger, like 48 maybe, and we will click here and we will make it overflow so that we can see that text here. Okay, so now you can see that we have a nice button, and you can see this result in game view, although our logo is too big. And button, you can see that it is quite square type button. So but I don't want to, I like this button actually, so we will keep it like this. Okay, and I will just select the logo and the panel itself as well, and we will make it a little bit small. Okay, small, and we will place it on the top, and for this panel we will move it as well. Definitely you can add panel with the shooter itself, like this baby, this baby, and but it will be not good. Actually we can add the image to panel like this. Okay, then it will be fine. So here we can add a logo, name logo, and this panel is a logo panel. Okay, so that's nice. Now but I think yeah, actually that's good. So now we can select our play button, and you can see play text here. We will just place our text at the right destination, and I will make it little bit bigger. I think maybe 62. Yeah, that's good. So now we will drag drop this text under the play button. So now this is our play button. Okay, and definitely now we can make it smaller as well if we want. Okay, and I think this is the right size, no problem. We will move it a little bit higher, and then we will also make it in the middle. Okay, so I think this is the middle actually, but the shooter itself is we will just move it a little bit like this. Yeah, that's fine. So now we will duplicate the play button, and we will make drag it here, and the second button will be about button. So about maybe, and for the about text, I will just change the text about text, although it's not necessary, but you can do so. So about here, and for about we will place it in the middle as well. Okay, and definitely we can change the color of the button by dragging the other image. Okay, for example this one. So it's up to you that you want more colorful UI, or you can you want simple UI. So in this case I think that the simple one is better option. So Control D, duplicate, and we will just rename it the third button as a shop button, because we want to we want to create a functionality for shop as well. So we will just bring it here, and I will change the name of shop like this, and actually we will move it in the middle, and for this about text we have added this space, so I will just change it like this. Okay, so sorry, so I will just change the name of this text to shop text, shop text. Okay, so now we have three buttons, and for shop buttons I think we have to change the color of shop to something like red, maybe reddish type like this. Okay, yeah, this is good. So now we will move our buttons like this and like this, and when we are happy then we can move further. So yeah, I think we are happy with this result. Okay, so yeah, that's good, but I think if we place these buttons here, then these buttons, this position is quite good, I think. Yeah, so let's add these buttons here, and now we will add the other icons. So here, as you see that we are bring these icons. So for adding these icons, what we can do, we can just simply create a panel so to place these icons in a proper way. Okay, so for the panels, what we can do, before that I will just make this shop duplicate, and we will place this button here, and I will just change the name of button to quit as well. Okay, so actually quit or exit you can add. Okay, so for this button I will change the name to quit quit text, and for this button we will make it quit. Okay, and for shop button I think we should change the color to green maybe, or orange maybe. Okay, so that it should be differentiated from quit button. So orange is good and green is also good, I think. So green is fine, I think. So now we will also one more thing, that these buttons, if we select these buttons instead of quit, you can see these are on left corner. So we will anchor these buttons to left corner. Okay, like this, left middle maybe, and after left middle we can just make it in the left middle exactly. So for this button, quit button, we will add it to right bottom. Okay, or right middle you can also add, it will be anchored in a right direction. Okay, so now you can see this is our UI. Also we will create these icons. So for these icons we will create a panel here in canvas. I am just going to add another panel, and I will name this panel as a setting panel. Okay, and in this panel we will first of all we will add this, resize this panel, and then we will move it here maybe. Okay, and we will scale it accordingly. So I will make it like this, and we can make it like this as well. Okay, and if you want to place this, you can use your own style, it's up to you. Okay, so okay, so here we will just change the color of the panel, and black will be nice, but if we use black here, then for this panel we should also choose black as well. Okay, and sorry, I will change the logo, and then we'll change the logo panel here, and after adjusting it, then we will add it here. Okay, sorry, here. So now this is good. Yeah, black is good, I think. So for this panel we will add buttons now, and in canvas we will create another button like this, and we will go to our buttons actually, and we will select our first button. So for example, first button we need for sound, so we will drag drop sound here, and also we will make it native size, and we will change we will delete the text we don't need, and we will make it sound button. Okay, like this. Then we will resize it, and when we will be happy with the result, then we can add it here maybe. That's good, but the setting panel color should be dark black, I think so. Yeah, so dark black, or maybe 200, or maybe 150 will be a good choice. 150 is a good choice. Okay, and for this panel, the logo panel, we will also make it 150. So little bit of common factor we have in our mind. Okay, so sound button is added. Now we will duplicate it, and again we will duplicate, and again we will duplicate, and you can see we can place only 4 buttons for the space, and actually we need how much buttons we need? Rate us 1 2 3 4 5 buttons we need. So 5th button we can place it here as well. Okay, and then we can select all the buttons, we can make it smaller little bit. Okay, and yeah, this is the right form. And for setting panel, we can just make the setting panel a little bit of stretched. Then we can change the position of sound buttons, and for this button we need, for example, Facebook icon, and we will change it FP button, and definitely we will place it like this. This button will be rate us, or achievement, maybe achievement button, and for this button we will add achievement sprite. Then we will add it here. After that we have another sprite for leaderboard scores, and for this we will add this leaderboard image. We can place it at desired point. We can add a Google leaderboard as well, Google leaderboard, and for this button we can add this image. That's nice, we have successfully added our main menu. Okay, and I think rate us is also there, so we need one more icon. Yeah, so let's make these icons a little bit smaller as well, and then we will add one other button, Control D, and for this button we can add it rate us, and we will rename it to rate us button. Okay, now again we will just organize these buttons so that we can get a better view. And buttons are quite big actually, and in our UI I hope that the size is quite good. Okay, so we will select these buttons, we will make it at the right position, and then we can drag these buttons in setting panel. So these buttons are organized now. So now we have successfully created our main menu, and I am happy with this result. Okay, and you can definitely make your own design. You can definitely add animations for your menu as well, and for animated menu you can see my video on Insan channel. That's it for this video. In next video we'll move further. Goodbye.